Welcome to this Sahara 4 exercise. In this exercise, we will learn how to modify the formation and layer structure of a project and how to change which layer or formations are selected on the Layer tab. First, we are going to open Sahara and we will keep working with the same project that we created on the first exercise. Here we can see that on the Layer tab over here we have only the field level selected, which means that we have a single button which is selecting the field information. This means that we don't have any information of what is stored on the layers, watch production or any other information related to the layers or the formations. All the information that we can interact with is stored on the well level. First, we are going to see how to change the structure of the project. In the structure, we see that we have three levels. We have first the field level, which means that the information stored here is related to the whole well. It doesn't belong to a layer or a formation. Then we have an intermediate differentiation here, that is the formation. And finally, inside a formation, we have the different layers. Here we can see that all these layers belong to the magenta formation. First, we are going to create a new layer. If you have selected any layer, you can add a layer by pressing this button. We are going to call this, let's say, we can change the name with this button. Let's say 0. So we are creating a new layer with this button. Then if we select the formation, we have all this button over here that is going to allow us to add another layer into this formation or to add another formation. This new formation has been created on this level. We can change it with the button here of renaming, and let's call it red. Then we can add, for example, more layers inside red. Here we can add more. Let's call it A1, A2, and A. Oh, sorry, I misclicked here on the paste button. A3. So we have these new layers inside the new formation that we created, red. So to create a new layer, you can do it by pressing this button if you are selecting a layer, or by pressing this button if you are selecting a formation. To create a new formation, you can do it by selecting this button if you are clicking on a formation, or this button if you are clicking on the field level. So in this way we can modify as we please all the relationships between layer and formation. Then if we want, we can copy this distribution to an Excel file, for example, using this button over here. We can copy to the clipboard, and also we can paste it from an Excel file with this other button. Also we can modify, we can save this configuration that we did with this other button. This is going to apply the changes that we have made. So with this menu, edit layer structure, we can modify the structure of the project. Then if we want to modify which layers are selected on the layer tab, we will go to edit layer selection. Here we can see with a checkbox which level is currently selected. If we have the field level, no formation or layer is going to be selected on the layer tab, but if we uncheck this checkbox, we will see by default unchecking one of these is going to go to the lower level and check all the either formations or layer on the lower level than the one that was unchecked. That means that, for example, if I uncheck here red, A1, A2, and A3 are going to be checked by default, as we can see. And then if I uncheck magenta, all the layers from C0 to C53 are going to be selected. If we check here on the field level again, everything is going to be unselected, only field level is going to stay. We can either save or load configurations of selection. If we, for example, we always analyze a group of layers together, it makes sense to just store which selection that we made normally, or we made usually. Then we can also select by formation or layer. If I click here, all the formations are going to be selected. If I click here, all the layers are going to be selected. You can, for example, just select a group of layers of one formation and then the other formation as a group. For example, if I do this, A1, A2, and A3 are going to be selected, and the formation magenta is going to be selected as a whole. It's not going to be differentiated between the layers. If you close this at any moment, the layer tab is going to be updated with the new selected layers. Here we are going to select all the layers, so we are going to uncheck here on the magenta formation, and all the layers are going to be displayed. The layer tab can be moved either to the side or to the top of the window of the screen. You can move it here as well, and also to the other side. So we have left side, top, and right side. So in this way you can select which layers are going to be displayed, and also you can change the layers using this move next button or move previous to differentiate between the layers. So that will be all for this tutorial, and see you in the next one.